Thousands of people gathered at the Jacksonville Beach Pavilion Saturday morning to take part in a walk to support kids with Down syndrome. The Down Syndrome Association of Jacksonville held their 8th annual Buddy Walk. The goal was to raise $150,000 to fund local programs and services. Residents young and old came out to support the cause. UNF fraternities also took part in the beneficial walk.
Brothers actually found it up for us and decided to get us involved. It's something we encouraged throughout the chapter, and as you can see, we got a big turnout. We got more than 40 of our brothers out here walking, cheering people on.
Last year, Buddy Walks across the nation raised more than $10 million.
Well, it's a 16-day festival that runs from late September to the first weekend in October, and this year marks its 200th anniversary.
Don't hurt anybody on the way up here.
Here at European Street Cafe. The event began with the tapping of an authentic German beer and live polka music. There were games for all ages. Customers enjoyed cheese-filled pretzels, and to wash it down, women in classic lederhosen poured out Bavarian crafted brew. There was a raffle and many enjoyed dancing, but overall, they were there to celebrate the tradition.
It was to celebrate the fall season, the autumn season of harvest. And an ancient tradition, they would gather all of the grain and make this fresh brew to sustain them through the winter.
This year's Oktoberfest event was 18 days long. The official anniversary falls on October 12th. And in election news, according to the latest TCPalm.com and Zogby poll, Alex Sink holds a slim lead on Rick Scott in the Florida governor's race. Sink is ahead by only 3%. That's well within the poll's 3.5% margin of error. We're going to take a quick break, but coming right up, sports with John Widener. Don't go anywhere.
Bye, Dawson. Say bye-bye, Mommy.
Hey, haven't seen you lately. How have you been?
Well, things got crazy there for a minute. I tried my best, but it was really hard. Dawson's teacher, Miss Jones, she took time and talked to me about getting help, and now we're doing pretty good.
Isn't she great? She helped me when I was having trouble potty training my son, and I don't know what I would have done without her.
It's your turn to raise the leaders of tomorrow. Find out how at ounce.org.
In order to prepare your taxes, I'll need to get some general financial information from you, like your W-2s, social security numbers, and full names and dates of birth for you and all your dependents.
I think I have everything you need here.
Now, shouldn't you ask some questions about me? I'm a certified public accountant, and that means that I'm educated, tested, regulated, and recertified every 2 years. You've given me some very valuable information, and I thought you should know who you gave it to.
Make sure your finances are in good hands. Check your CPA's credentials at myfloridalicense.com.
More than 50% of the water we use at home is used for watering our lawns. Using too much water to irrigate can harm our lawns. It can cause fungus, weed growth, and disease. Watering restrictions help keep our lawns healthy and help conserve our precious water resources. Learn about your watering restrictions at floridaswater.com.
My name is Sean Hamlin, and I'm majoring in jazz studies at the University of North Florida. Musically, I'm a totally different musician than I was before I came to college. The professors are pretty personable, and they're always there if you ever need them. Living in Osprey Hall was a very social atmosphere. I'm right on campus. I don't have to fight traffic in the mornings. UNF was a great choice for me, musically and academically. UNF, no one like you, no place like this.
We have John Widener with sports.
John, what do you have for us this week? I'm looking forward to what you got.
Well, we obviously have the Jaguars. They had a huge win this week, but we also have UNF, so we're going to go ahead and start off with that. Today we have a mix of highlights, interviews, and analysis on the sports world this week. We start off with the return of softball. The UNF softball team is looking to work off their rust from summer break this fall. The team will use fall ball to work on their technique for fielding, pitching, and hitting, as well as familiarize freshman players on the Atlantic Sun Conference and college ball. The Ospreys started their season on dress rehearsals against newly established Waycross University this past Saturday. As UNF prepares for improvement from last year, their practice period will include multiple doubleheaders and local rivals such as JU and Santa Fe. The softball exhibition games are open to the public, and their game schedule is located on the UNF Athletics website. The Jaguars began divisional play this past Sunday as they hosted the Indianapolis Colts. The Jags are coming off their second straight loss, falling to the Eagles last week. Here's a recap from last Sunday. First quarter, Colts running back Joseph Adai kicks off the scoring with a 2-yard touchdown, giving Indy an early 7-0 lead. The Jags would answer. David Garrard fakes the option pitch and scrambles 25 yards, tying things up at 7-all. Early second quarter, after a Colts 3-and-out, the Jags take control of the game. Maurice Jones-Drew finds the end zone for the first time this year, giving the Jags a 1-touchdown lead. But the Colts responded in typical Peyton Manning fashion. Manning finds Dallas Clark over the middle, tying things up at 14 apiece right before the half. Third quarter now, after a Colts turnover, Garrard hooks up with Mercedes Lewis from 15 yards out, capping a 7-play, 49-yard drive, putting Jacksonville back on top. But the Jags' lead was never safe. Joseph Adai finishes off an 11-play, 96-yard drive, plunging into the end zone for his second rushing touchdown of the game. We're all tied up at 21. After a long kickoff return, Garrard dumps one over the middle to MJD for his second score of the day. The Jags take the lead with a little more than 2 minutes left to play. And that's entirely too much time for Peyton Manning, of course, who finds a wide-open Reggie Wayne, one of 15 catches on the day for Wayne. A few plays later, Manning connects with Austin Collie from 1 yard out, tying the game with 48 seconds left. But the Jags respond quickly as they move into field goal range, setting up Josh Scobie from 59 yards out, who splits the uprights. Jags win the thriller, 31-28. We caught up with the winning coach after the game.
Came through a couple real trying weeks. I thought the team did a great job of hanging together and showing real grit. And it wasn't entirely clean, but we did some really good things out there and beat a good football team. But it was gritty. It was determined, and I'm proud of those men in that locker room. And Scobie in particular for that kick at the end. It was clutch.
I've never been that excited after a kick in my life, and I think that's the third time I've hit one over 50 to beat the Colts, and each one gets more and more fun. And that one in particular, because last year we had numerous attempts over 55, and I wasn't happy with the way I hit any of them. So this one I just told myself, stay calm, make a good clean strike, and the ball should go true.
The Jaguars improved to 2-2 on the season and are only one game out of first place in the AFC South. The team plans on carrying the momentum to Western New York, where they'll take on the winless Buffalo Bills. And now we move on to another type of football. The UNF men's soccer team were looking to pick up their first conference win of the season when they faced rival Jacksonville University on October 3rd. It was a tightly contested match that features strong defensive showings by both sides. The clubs played physically throughout the night, combining for 30 fouls, with the Ospreys recording 13. UNF goalie Tyler Willits, a true freshman, recorded a career-high 8 saves on the night. His performance tied for the 5th most saves in a match by a UNF keeper. Jacksonville forward Darko Karamatic broke the deadlock in the 67th minute when he slipped by Willits for the game's lone score. The loss gives JU a 1-0 lead in the battle for the barrel.
For our defence, they stayed to the game plan very well, and I thought really they didn't really create any chances. Unfortunately, we made lapses of concentration, one mistake, and as good teams do, we got punished for it. You know, JU took advantage of that. I mean, again, Tyler, I thought played really well, but I think he's been playing well ever since he's gone in there. He is a true freshman. He's not the only true freshman we had. We had 1 point, I think, when they scored. We had 7 true freshmen. So, you know, it's a learning experience. He'll learn from that mistake. I guarantee he won't do that again the rest of this year, and probably not the rest of his career. So.
With so much sports action going on in Jacksonville, we took our microphones to the streets to find out what UNF students are saying about topics in Osprey athletics.
I do think we should have a football team because it gives the school something to come together and be proud of, and everyone loves football.
Yeah, I do think UNF should get a football team because it would improve school spirit. Also, it would give us another sport to play in Division I. And right now, being a Division I school, we don't really draw a lot of students or other things because of the fact that we don't have a football team, and it would give our campus something to do on Saturdays rather than be deserted.
I think intramurals is a great way for students to get involved in athletics because athletics here are kind of in the shadows of everybody else's college sports.
Important. Intramurals are important because it builds a sense of competitiveness here. It also builds school spirit. I think sometimes we need something to do. At the same time, you got people who can't play football and those who can't play basketball on the team. And you also have a chance to actually show your skills or something in intramurals.
Back to you, Chris and JR.
Thanks, John. Now, would you normally associate the color pink with fall? Probably not, but when it's for a good cause, it fits right in.
We'll be right back.
Bills were piling up. Everything was falling apart.
At the same time, Sarah started having trouble in school. It was horrible.
Our friends at church tried to help, but I just didn't like telling them how bad things were.
The lady who cuts my hair told me about the parent helpline. The helpline got us into a parenting group.
It helped me find a new job.
I'm so glad we found out about the helpline.
And I'm so glad we made the call.
It's your turn to raise the leaders of tomorrow. Find out how at ounce.org.
Hi, my name is Rochelle Atienza, and I'm a mechanical engineering student here at the University of North Florida in Jacksonville. It's a really nice campus. There's always things going on here. There's always activities to do. UNF has really allowed me to take my education beyond the books by allowing me to design labs and to educate other students about that particular topic. I made the best choice when I chose UNF to get my engineering degree. UNF, no one like you, no place like this.
If you own one of the 2.5 million septic systems in Florida, there are 3 things you need to know. Prevent, protect, pump. Take steps to prevent problems before they start. Protect your system with good daily habits. Inspect and pump it out every 3 to 5 years with a licensed septic tank contractor. Find one by visiting myfloridaeh.com. Avoid flushing thousands of dollars in repairs down the drain. Maintain your septic system.
I'm feeling fine whenever you shine. Give me your light, make it alright.
There are amazing vacation experiences and values right in your own backyard. So log on to visitflorida.com for Sunshine State deals you won't want to miss.
You might notice people wearing a pink ribbon this month, and a Jacksonville beach business is using rock music to make you more aware of it. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Lynch's Irish Pub is doing their share to promote it. Lynch's hosted a rock concert event on Saturday, with an outside raffle including event-related prizes and 8 bands, such as Kicking Lassie, seen here, and a silent auction. The auction included a kegerator, a tight list, golf bag, and a signed guitar from the band Disturbed. Last year's concert welcomed over 1,200 people and raised about $16,000 for the cause.
And it's great. At least it shows that we got a community that really seems to care about this, raising that money.
Yeah, they sure do. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good night. We'll see you next week, Jacksonville.